Hello, everyone. This is Jay Dobbins, your host of the Marvel DC Universe Fan Club, and I'll be doing my review on Venom, starring Tom Hardy, Riz Ahmed, and Michelle Williams. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen the Venom film, I strongly advise you not to listen to this episode. You have been warned. While exploring space for new habitable worlds, a probe belonging to bioengineering corporation Life Foundation discovers a comet covered by symbiotic life forms. They bring four samples back to Earth, but one escapes and causes the ship to crash in Malaysia. The Life Foundation recovers the other three and transports them to their research facility in San Francisco, where CEO Carlton Drake, played by uh, Riz Ahmad, learns that the symbiotes cannot survive without oxygen-breathing hosts, which often uh, reject the symbiosis. Investigative journalist Eddie Brock, played by Tom Hardy, reads about Drake's human trials in a classified document in possession of his fiancee, Anne Wade, played by Michelle Williams, an attorney involved in preparing a lawsuit defense for Life Foundation. Brock confronts Drake, leading to both Brock and Wig losing their jobs. Wig ends their relationship, of course. So 6 months later, Drake is getting closer to achieving uh, successful symbiosis. Brock is approached by Dora Skirth, one of Drake's scientists, who disagrees with his methods and wants to help Brock expose him, of course. Um, she helps Brock into the research facility to search for evidence, and he learns that an acquaintance of his, a homeless woman named Maria, has become one of Drake's test subjects. Brock attempts to rescue Maria, but she attacks him, and the symbiote possessing her transfers from her body to his, leaving her dead. Brock escapes, but he soon begins displaying um, symptoms and reaches out to uh, Wig for help. Her new boyfriend, Dr. Dan Lewis, examines Brock and discovers the symbiote. Meanwhile, Drake executes Skirth for her betrayal by exposing her to the remaining symbiote, which ultimately dies. This leaves the symbiote inside Brock as the only known surviving specimen. Uh, Drake sends mercenaries to retrieve the symbiote from Brock, but it takes over Brock's body and transforms him into a monstrous creature that fights off the attackers. Taking shelter outside the city, the symbiote communicates with Brock and introduces itself as Venom. It explains that the comet is an invasion force searching for new worlds where the symbiotes can possess and devour the inhabitants. Venom offers to spare Brock if he helps the symbiotes achieve their goal. And Brock soon comes to enjoy the superhuman attributes that the symbiote gives him. Brock breaks into his old workplace to turn in evidence of Drake's crimes, but he is surrounded by SWAT officers on the way out and transforms once again to escape. Um, Wade witnesses this transformation and takes Brock back to Lewis's office, where they reveal to Brock that the symbiote is slowly rotting his internal organs. Brock also admits that the symbiote has two weaknesses. High-pitched noises, which is of course has been proven in the comic books and also witnessed in the Spider-Man animated series. So, oh, and also in the Spider-Man 3 film. So anything like loud noises, like the bell, for example, or shoot, I'm trying to think of another high frequency noise. It has to be very loud, or like a rocket, like if they're near a rocket or whatever, and it's very loud too. You know that could also weaken the symbiote, but mainly bells and other high frequency noises, like from electronic devices or whatever. Um, let's see, but yeah, and also fire. So those are the two weaknesses that the symbiote has. So high pitched noises and of course fire. But anyway, moving on. Back to the review. Although the symbiote, Although the symbiote claims the organ damage is a fixable part of of their symbiosis, Brock uses an MRI to weaken the symbiote long enough to separate from it. He is then captured by Drake's men, of course. So meanwhile, the fourth symbiote, Riot, makes his way from Malaysia to San Francisco by hopping from body to body. Then bonds with Drake, who agrees to take Riot in a Life Foundation space probe to collect the rest of the symbiotes and bring them to Earth. Wade reluctantly bonds with Venom, which, she becomes She Venom. So that's, her little She Venom part is temporary. But yeah, so yeah, she bonds with Venom so they could free Brock. Um, when Brock and Venom are bonded again, because Wade kissed uh, Brock, transferring the symbiote from her body to him. So, but anyway, once they bond again, the latter states that he has been convinced to help protect the Earth from his kind through his interactions with Brock, and the pair attempt to stop Riot and Drake with Wade's help. Venom damages the probe as it takes off, causing it to explode and kill both Riot and Drake. Wayne believes that, sorry, Wade, not Wade, Wayne believes that Brock is no longer bonded with Venom after this, and that the symbiote also died in the explosion. However, the pair remain secretly bonded and set out to protect the city by killing criminals. And I can give you an example. Uh, the guy that was robbing the Mrs. Chin's store, you know, for protection money. So he would point a gun at her, demanding the protection money, that type of thing. So yeah, he will be a good example because he did it once before in the beginning, and then later on when Brock's present, with Venom, he later on intervenes, stopping the robber from taking Mrs. Chin's money for protection. So he pretty much, Venom pretty much devours the criminal, the robber, of course. So then he's like, "Oh yeah, I have a parasite, pretty much." Good night, Miss Chin. You know, a lot of people thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, so oh, by the way, Stan Lee did make a cameo later on at pretty much in the end of the film. He was the elderly man walking his miniature dog, so which I thought was cute. Venom was talking about eating it. He's like, no, and Brock was like, no, no, don't eat the dog. But anyway, so that pretty much ends the movie. But then there was, Brock also returns to journalism, and in a mid credit scene, he is invited to interview incarcerated serial killer Cletus Cassidy, who is played by, of course, Woody Harrelson, which, according to Entertainment News, he was mentioned to be in the film, but people were wondering where's Woody Harrelson, so we were thinking, okay, he's probably gonna be in the post credit scene. So I did stick around for that. But anyway, yeah, like in the post credit scene, he Brock goes to the prison where uh, Cassidy is held to interview him, of course. So when he interviews him, he of course he tells Brock that when he gets out, and he will, there will be carnage. So that was pretty much Easter egg, because that cause now because people know, if you haven't read the comic books, you know that Cletus Cassidy is Carnage. So I don't the symbiote probably hadn't found him yet, or it bonded with him without him knowing. I don't know, but I guess we're gonna find out later on during the Venom sequels. So, but anyway, I would like to give. I'm gonna give the movie a 9 out of 10, pretty much. And let me explain why. One, it wasn't like long enough. If they could, Riot wasn't like in the movie for very long, but I figure if they put like maybe I say 18 more minutes, because I think it was like 100 and so I think it was like 112 minutes, pretty much long. But if they could have made it like give it a little 18 more minutes or whatever, use some of that footage to put Riot in there for just a little while longer, that would have been great. But other than that, the writing was good. I like the special effects. I did like I like the cast, and I thought that Tom Hardy was perfect for the role of Eddie Brock slash Venom. Um, you know, it would have been nice if they had put um Peter Parker in a cameo, like Tom Holland's Peter Parker, into the cameo. That would have been great. At least we would know that, okay, Tom Holland is somehow still connected to the Sony Marvel universe or whatever, since Sony does own rights to Spider-Man. Um, yeah, I mean that would be great. I mean the director said he's trying to put Tom Holland into the Venom movies, so hopefully they might put him in the third one at least. I'm not really sure, but also Venom didn't have the spider symbol, so I'm guessing he probably is not going to have that yet until he cross paths with Spider-Man or Peter Parker. And say he does cross paths with Spider-Man, he looks at his symbol and he's thinking, okay, this will look good on me. The symbiote can do a lot of things more than you know. So I guess he could create his own spider symbol. Be like, hey, this will look great. I think that would be a perfect time to have the spider symbol on Venom. But let's see. Other things like, okay, what else? I guess he doesn't have like the kind of spider agility that Spider-Man has, but I mean, they said it was a standalone film, but you know, uh, but I guess they're gonna do more. I haven't heard about any other Venom films though, but I will talk about Tom Hardy, signing a contract for 2 more Venom films. I'll talk about that later on, sometime before the year's over. You know, but anyway, you know, Special effects was good. The writing was good. The cinematography was excellent. The cast was good. They picked the right guy for the role. They could have done, a little bit more. I heard that all of the good stuff that Tom Hardy wanted was not in the film, so I guess that's why, I wanted to know what was the good stuff that they didn't put in. Maybe that will probably be in deleted scenes or something like that. But um, other than that, actually, I do like how they based the film on the what else? Yeah. Okay. Also, there was the part where okay, we could yeah, I like how they based the comic book on. I mean, they based the movie on the Venom Lethal Protector series. So um, I like how they did that. So I guess I don't know. I haven't read much into those comics, but maybe I will just to see whether or not they based the if the film took place in San Francisco or not. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna have to look into that some more. But anyway, um, Venom was a good movie. It met expectations, so I'm looking forward to upcoming Venom films. But anyway, that concludes this review. Feel free to visit us, like us on Facebook. We're all available on iTunes and the Google Play Music app.